in your space, it seems like all eyes have been on bars and restaurants since COVID swooped in and upended everything. I know people will probably be upset I didn't mention music and entertainment venues, but even they can admit, like, in the grand scheme, bars and restaurants like land higher in the general public's day-to-day culture. So regardless, I was ecstatic to hear that you guys were doing well, but tell me how you've had to navigate through all the fluctuating restrictions and what adaptations you've had to make to keep yourselves positioned for success.
Yeah. To be honest, fundamentally, we didn't have to change a whole lot. Like I said, we were kind of already in this space. And what was convenient for us, so when all this hit, I think it was a Monday, and we were going to be opening that next day, Tuesday. And I downstaffed to 4 people, just me and 3 of the managers. And we opened up having no idea what was going to happen. I'm assuming everyone's going to stay at home. They're not trusting anybody to touch anything that's going in their mouth, and nobody's going to be going to restaurants. And we were just dead wrong from day one. We just got slammed. And I literally had to call in my mom and dad, to come and help us through that service. So that was day one. By that Friday, we were basically back to full staff, which I know, our employees here were definitely excited about and grateful that we were able to do that and bring them back. So we didn't lose anybody. We didn't have to cut anybody, which like I said, not to toot our own horns, because that wasn't by design. We just were lucky enough to, all these pieces kind of fell into place. We had a small dining room forcing us to do takeout. So, we were able to, from the get-go, at least stay open. As other restaurants started getting into the game and figuring it out, takeout and delivery, and now, everybody's got GrubHub and Uber Eats and all that stuff to help them facilitate that, which we don't do any of that anymore because GrubHub was just honestly robbing us. And then we didn't even branch out. The taste in my mouth was so bad from them that we're just like, you know what, we're going to do our own delivery. We're up on employees at this point. So whoever's got a license, we're delivering now.
That's actually interesting that you said that. So I don't know do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
It rings a bell. I don't.
So he's like a YouTube famous entrepreneur. And I've been watching him for a long time. I mean, I think everybody should. I think he's got a lot of really good perspectives in a lot of different areas. But when this all started, he actually made not really a prediction, but kind of like a call to action that the people that will win are going to figure out, not how to just adopt, GrubHub, Uber Eats, and Doordash or whatever, but do the work necessary to bring all of that in-house and have a takeout and delivery, a really streamlined and efficient takeout and delivery process within their restaurants and bar business. And you saying that just literally just made me see him say it. Like that's 100% exactly what he said, which obviously then you get to capitalize on all of it because you're not losing any money to those companies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that was a scary cliff to jump off to get away from GrubHub, because our revenue from GrubHub made it, the volume we were doing through GrubHub made it seem like it was a good thing. We were busy through GrubHub, but then month after month, you take a look at the money you're pulling in, and it just becomes not worth it. So it's like, we use GrubHub, I think, to help build our name because they have a huge platform. But at the end of the day, it's very hard to make money with them. But it was an uphill battle because you talk to everybody and their mother out there in the restaurant business, and like everybody's getting into Uber Eats and GrubHub and Postmates, and you see big chains doing it like Subway, and you're like, right, how can they be wrong about this? And I'm right by leaving those platforms. So it was definitely a really scary thing to say, all right, we're done with you, and we're going to take this on ourselves. And there was many hiccups along the way. So it did take a little while to figure out and streamline our deliveries. But at the end of the day, it was 100% worth it. And really take a step back and you think like, look, GrubHub and Uber Eats and all them weren't around 10 years ago, and people delivered food. So it's not like we have to reinvent the wheel here. You know, it just took some thinking and some effort. And yeah, I mean, to anybody out there that would be listening to this that is in the restaurant game, I think it's so worth trying to take that in-house and get your own online ordering page, and do your own delivery. You know, that's been my experience.
And actually, I like that you brought up that that GrubHub actually had a place that had like a small amount of value for you, with the sense that you were getting orders from the fact that people had the app, and that as they were scrolling the app, they'd see you, and you know that's how you would get, you know, some sales that you may not have otherwise gotten through your social media, whatnot, without like taking on an ad or something like that.
So I mean, and in that sense, I actually think if you're starting up a new restaurant, maybe get one of those platforms, get GrubHub or Uber Eats, to get your name out there as a long-term, and view that as marketing. You know, that's marketing with people getting your food. You're not going to make as much money on it, but you also spend money on marketing. And that's how they kind of reel you in, to continue saying, well, yeah, but this is marketing. Yeah, this is marketing. At some point, it becomes not worth it, in my opinion. You know, but it definitely has a place to get your name out there and to get people eating your food. Once you get to I think a certain level, you just got it. You got to jump off that cliff and do it yourself.